talk to you about how tithing unlocks your spirit man. Tithes and offerings. Because many times people make it look like, okay, the spiritual part is over, now let's get to the administrative part. But it's not true. Both are interconnected. In fact, in my life, my biggest spiritual breakthroughs happened when I learned that my finances was intricately tied to my spiritual life. And it's because God says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. And that's why it is important, because show me where your treasure is, I will tell you where your heart is. And show me where your heart is, and I will tell you where your spiritual power is. Malachi chapter 3 verse 10 to 11. He said, bring all the tithes into the storehouse, so there will be enough food in my temple. If you do, says the Lord of heaven's armies, I will open the windows of heaven for you. I will pour out a blessing so great, you won't have room to take it in. Try it. Put me to the... Woo! That's some confidence for God to say, try it. Put me to the test. Yet, Christians don't take that challenge. Hold God to His word. This is intricately connected to your spirit man. So we must pay attention to principles. The more principles we gather, the more instructions we understand, the more we can give wisdom to our generations. So here's what you want to understand. If you look at how God speaks about it, God is so confident because everything that He gave belongs to Him in the first place. So now He's testing your heart by saying, give me your 10%. Look, everything that we have right now belongs to Him. Your salary is from the Lord, not from your boss. It's from the Lord. All that we have is from God. So God says, I want to test your heart, because there is a principle that says where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So God is saying, I want to test your heart. So some people say, why money? Why money? Why money? Because that's how you test your heart. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So God will talk about money because He knows that's where it hurts for you. You don't want to let go. That's where it matters to you. So God says, I want to see where your heart is, because before I give you a blessing, I want to see where your heart is. I want you to understand. The reason why it is a struggle to many people is because the carnal mind and the spirit man is always in conflict. And the spirit man does not care about materials, but the carnal mind struggles to honor God. So when God tells you, give 10%, your spirit man says, no, take 100. But this carnal mind will start fighting you, saying, no, you don't really need to give 10%. You don't really need to do it. But your spirit man is willing, but your carnal man starts fighting. Divided mind causes your blessings to be divided. And when your carnal mind is subjected to the spirit mind and your spirit mind takes over, giving becomes easy. Tithes become a joy. When you can't wait to give your tithes, that is a sign that you are not led by your carnal mind. You are led by your spirit man. I can't wait to give into the house of God. I can't wait to give it to the Lord. That shows that your carnal mind is subjected to your spirit. And I will rebuke the devourer. Meaning, there is a principle you need to activate first. Because you're a spirit man, nothing should be stopping you. But if you don't participate in this principle, then God cannot support you. God cannot use you like you are made to be. So God is saying that if you will give your tithes, I will rebuke the devourer. See, if you look at the part where God is speaking to Abraham, God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And what does Abraham do? He starts bargaining with God. Say, God, wait. How about if you find 20 people? Would you still destroy? God says, no, I won't. He says, how about if you find 10 people? Would you destroy the land? God says, no. What does that mean? God is saying that if you are faithful with your 10%, I will rebuke the devourer that is coming for your 90%. But God cannot rebuke the devourer that is claiming your money, claiming your finance, if you are not faithful in the 10%. It's in your scriptures. So the 90% relies, its survival depends directly on the 10%. And the 10% sanctifies the 90%. The rule of 1/3. Jacob said, of all the 3 things, I will give you one. That is 10%. And that's the same key. You have to fight for that. You have to say, God, I am faithful in my house. Because of me, my family must be saved. God is a God of principles and rules. And those with understanding, you have to make deals with God, saying, God, this is in your scripture. Now I demand this in my life. Because of me, my family shall be saved. Because of me, my uncles shall know the Lord. Because of me.
Every time you watch one of our videos, be ready to receive something new and fresh from heaven. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll always have access to our latest content. God bless you and thank you for watching.